Hi guys, it's Christina from Redefine Creative, and I am here with my very first project using the February Clique kit. And I am super excited because this kit is like super jam-packed. There's so much stuff, you guys. I'm so excited. Okay, so one of the kind of comments or concerns or things that I noticed that a couple people are talking about was the fact that the main kit and the Traveler's Notebook kit were a little bit different this month. So the main kit was based on the Good Vibes collection, and then the Traveler's Notebook kit is based on the Pink First Studio Sweet Life collection. And so I wanted to do my first project kind of showing you guys that these two collections can totally be used together, even though the feel of them as a whole kit are a little bit different. So I've taken this black and white background, and this is the 12 by 12, which is from the main kit. And I'm going to pair it with some of the 2 by 2 cards from the Traveler's Notebook kit. So on that black strip on the bottom, I have 5 of those little cards that I have laid out that I want to use. And then I've also taken another pattern paper from the 12 by 12, the main kit, not 12 by 12, the main kit. And I've backed it with that really bright pink. And that matches perfectly with the pink that I want to use on this strip that's going to go along the bottom. And so I apologize, I'm a little bit off screen there, but all I am doing is I am laying out those 5 little blocks where I want them to be on the layout, because then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my paper trimmer and I'm going to cut around each one of those boxes. So the boxes are going to end up being like a shadow box effect kind of on this page. So I'm going to take my trimmer and just push and release pressure to cut only where those boxes are. And that's why I have that bright green, like my work washi, I call it. So this is like one of those washi tapes that you have no idea how it ended up in your stash. It probably came like in a giveaway or something. But it's nothing you would use on a page, but it is great to do some of the work for you. So then I'm going to go ahead and flip my paper the other way and just basically connect those lines that I cut. So I end up with 5 little windows. And I want this because I'm going to create a series of 5 shaker pockets. And so in the January kit, we had gotten some sequins, and I still have a lot of those left. And so I wanted to kind of carry those over and bring those into this kit. So that's kind of where I was thinking at this point. So I went ahead and took just a piece of transparency here, and I'm going to go ahead and back my little windows. Because I want to put some stuff inside each one of them. So I'm just backing them with a piece of transparency. And then I'm going to go ahead and go around all of the edges with some fun foam. And so that I'm creating kind of a grid where all of my little sequin details and things are going to get stuck inside those little windows. And see there, you can see I kind of finished that up off screen. And then I'm looking through the cards trying to decide, because I felt like I needed something different in place of that ombre one. And so I went ahead and grabbed the little yellowish colored hearts instead. And I like that balance a little bit better. And then on each one of those blocks, each one of those is going to become part of what you see through in the shaker box. So I'm going to take the thickers from the main kit this time, and I'm going to create just single words in each box. And so these words are going to show through, but the sequins are going to kind of float around and on top of them. And so I'm using the words run, go, jump, play, live for my 5 little boxes. And then in each one of these little kind of shaker pocket windows, I'm going to have some sequins. And then I'm also going to have one of the little flower die cuts that came in the ephemera pack. So if you've watched the unboxing video or checked out online, you know that there is a ton of ephemera in the Traveler's Notebook kit. So there's lots and lots of things to pick from. And so I went ahead and grabbed some of the sequins from last month. And then I also grabbed a sequin pack that I have from Spiegel Mom Scraps, because I felt like I needed a little extra pink, because last month's kit didn't have those same exact colors. So when I mixed my sequin pack with the one from last month's kit, it gave me a perfect balance of what I was looking for. So then I'm going to go ahead and take that foam adhesive off all of my little areas here. And then we're just going to connect the 2 pieces. So I've built the windows in one piece and the backing strip in one piece. And now is the time that we are going to combine them together. And that's going to create that shaker box element that's going to run along the bottom edge of our page. And so I'm just making sure that I have everything kind of tucked inside my little envelopes, and I always work with my windows facing down, so that my sequins don't go flying everywhere. At least that's the goal. Um, because there is adhesive involved here. I don't want them to get stuck to that adhesive because I want them to be able to move around in my little shaker pockets, of course. And so I am going to play around just a little bit here with the placement, and I save you and do some of this off screen because I wanted to make sure that all of my blocks were exactly where I wanted them to be. So I do play around. I take that back off and I play around with the placement a little bit more. And then I go ahead and just make sure that I've reinforced that with some extra black cardstock on the back to make sure that it all stays together and it will shake around. And then I'm going to go ahead and attach it to the bottom of my layout. And so that's going to be the major design element on my page. It's going to be that series of 5 shaker pockets. And so I'm using 3 different photos on this layout, and I've printed my 4x6 in black and white to kind of match that black and white background. And then I want some of those really bright pops of color. And so if you watch my videos often, you know that I love this idea of black and white with pops of color. So I've printed out 2 other photos of my daughter and just cut them to a smaller size. And then I put one inside one of those Good Vibes frames. And the frame that I received was the bright pink, which matched everything that I had going on the bottom. You may end up with a different color, and that's okay, because there's a lot of different colors that are going on in this kit. So it doesn't matter what color frame you ended up with necessarily. I am pulling out a few more little pieces of die cut. So I've got that little Love This banner, and then I have the little like darker, almost like a dark teal color, like a really dark teal that says this is my favorite, but it matches the center of some of the flowers. And then I've also pulled off that little strand of hearts that are in the shades of pink, and I'm going to put that around my last little photo box, or my last little window down here on the bottom. And then I grabbed a couple of the word stickers that just says Love This Sweet Life, which is so super cute. And then I'm going to back my photo with some black cardstock and kind of layer up my 3 photos and layer up my die cuts here. And so I'm creating the photo part of this layout very much over on the left side of the layout. And for some reason this time I just wanted to try something different and not put my photo elements in the middle. And that's okay, because sometimes different is good. So I'm going to get all those little pieces attached, and then I decide I want to add a few more little hearts. So I do go back to the ephemera pack, and you can see me kind of just pulling some hearts out of my organizer here. And I'm going to add those in 3 different places around my photos. So I'm creating a visual triangle around my cluster of 3. And so I am going to put those on some dimensional adhesive to make them pop up a little bit. So I've got one by my top banner. I have one by that banner on the bottom. And then I'm going to add one as a little detail to the frame that's around the photo of my daughter. And then I was trying to decide if I wanted to get this little extra card in here to do some journaling, but I decided that it's not going to make the cut. But I do grab some of my Tombow markers, and I decided that I want to add just a little pop of color to this black and white background. So I'm taking markers that match the colors in my layout, and I am just outlining around random boxes. And you'll see this a little bit better in the close-up images at the end of the video, like how that looks. But I wasn't like exact. This was just a quick outline to where it's going to look a little bit messy, and I want it to look a little bit messy because I am going to come back in with some mixed media and add some splatters throughout the rest of that black area as well. And so I pulled some Shimmers colorings, and these are in pink stilettos, and I found out that I needed a brush, so I had to go for that, and then you know how it goes. So I added some splatters all around the top on that black and white background, and I like how that kind of brings everything together and gives it a little bit more of a fun feel. And then I'm going to go ahead and add a title here across the top. So I have a lot of letter stickers that I got on this layout, which is great. So Fun and Free is just going to be my title, and that's basically going to do it. So I hope that you enjoyed seeing my process and that you are going to take a chance, jump in, and combine these 2 kits together. Because even though they have a different feel, there are elements in each one that will absolutely work together to create some fun layouts. And I'll be back to see you soon. Bye!